started whenever you're ready, man.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our special meeting this evening. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What?
I'll do roll call real quick. Thomas absent with notice. Otto absent with notice. Westover. Ingstrom here. Docket.
Here.
Braun. Here. Chick.
Here.
Great. Make a motion to adopt the balance of the agenda. Ingstrom motion. Chick supported. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion passes. First call to the public, if there's anyone that would like to speak this evening. All right, thank you. Any board member comments right now? Correspondence? All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have one.
Yeah.
I'm wondering about this meeting, if it's legal. It was posted as a closed session, I believe 18 hours ahead of time, I would imagine. And now it's turned into a regular meeting that the public don't know anything about, that could have come, I mean. So I'm wondering about the legality of that.
Yeah, for a special meeting, as long as the meeting's noticed for what the purpose is, which is to discuss real property acquisition in this case, as long as it's noticed 18 hours ahead of time, which is my understanding from township staff it was, then the question of whether the meeting is held in closed session or open session is really just a procedural one. All that's required for notice purposes to comply with the Open Meetings Act is 18 hours advance notice and notice of what the meeting is regarding.
And that doesn't make any difference that it was posted as a closed session.
It does not.
And tell me the difference between that and a special meeting.
The difference between a closed session and a special meeting? A closed session is something that would happen at a special meeting. So there's two different concepts there, which is a regular meeting versus a special meeting, which is a regular meeting is our second and fourth Tuesday of the month meetings. Special meetings are any other meetings. A closed portion of the meeting is where we have a roll call vote and 5 members agree to go into closed session versus an open meeting, which is what we normally do. So,
Which only takes 4 people for that.
for a closed session?
No, for a regular meeting.
Correct. It
Yeah.
takes.
Okay.
It takes.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, anything else? Okay.
Just
go ahead.
just a moment of further clarification. A closed session is not a meeting. A closed session happens in an open meeting. So when before this board happened, they used to call a regular meeting at 7 o'clock, used to do some business, and then go into closed session. And the board could spend an hour or 2 hours in closed session, and the individuals in the audience, if they wanted to stay till the end of the meeting, would have to wait until the end of the meeting in order to hear what was happening. When I got here, we created a slightly different sort of procedure by creating essentially either a meeting, a sort of posted, noticed meeting ahead of time at 6 o'clock or 6:30, and that's why we come up here, right? We're in an open meeting, and then we go into closed session. So a closed session is not a meeting, it is a session within a open meeting that is closed to the public.
Well, I'm not arguing that point. I just mean that if we're going to have a meeting and it's going to be an open meeting and we're talking about property, I would like to have the whole township know about the special meeting or about the meeting we're having.
Sure.
That's the only thing I'm bringing up is nobody had much of a notice. Thank you.
Well, we're giving people more notice than they had previously.
Excuse me?
We're making a closed session open, so we're creating more transparency, more openness, more information.
But
to the
there's
public.
nobody here, Howard.
Yeah, but
If we're going to have an open meeting, we could have posted it, and
we did.
we didn't post it as an open meeting.
Okay.
So on to our agenda item. Howard